So today we are going to talk about sugar. Now, one of the cool things I love about the YouTube videos I'm putting out there is the fact that I'm actually a practicing nutritionist. So I'm not just here talking about nutrition, giving my thoughts. I work with people in the trenches with fat loss and health nutrition on a daily basis. So a lot of what I talk about here comes from conversations with clients and just what I feel is like relevant out there and what they're seeing in the industry because they bring it to me. So whatever they bring to me, I like to kind of bring and talk about it on my YouTube channel because I think that people looking for fat loss, looking for health and interested in nutrition, body composition, I think it can bring some really big value. So today we are going to talk about sugar because a client of mine sent me a reel from a well-known influencer. I won't name them, but they run around supermarkets shouting at cereal boxes and all the rest of it. Anyway, they sent me this reel and they're like, what's the deal with sugar? Like, is it toxic? Is it bad for me? Like, do I cut it out? And it's very rarely black and white with nutrition. There's always a bit of a grey area because it's very rarely black and white. And making absolute statements like these influencers do is absolutely helping nobody. It's just absolutely confusing people. And this is what happened here with this client. So this influencer is running around a supermarket saying you should ban sugar, not have it in your diet. I mean, try doing that. I mean, impossible. Anyway, it just skews what we should actually be doing with nutrition. When it comes to sugar, there's a big thing out there. Oh, sugar's as addictive as cocaine. Like, it's bad for you. You shouldn't have it. So is that the truth? Now, those opinions and those thoughts come from a study that was done in rats. Now, I'll put the study in the description below. I'll put a link in for it for you to have a look at. But ultimately, they fed some rats some, I think there's like sugar sweetened solution. There's some cocaine going off in there as well, as you do in these studies. And basically, they found that the rats were kind of more subject to go for the kind of sugar sweetened solution. Now, there's reasons for that, but what it doesn't prove by any stretch of the imagination is sugar is as addictive as cocaine. It's a animal study. There's no human evidence that sugar is as addictive as cocaine, and there's not even any evidence that sugar is addictive in general. Now, I will caveat that with saying I'm not disregarding people. I have clients come to me on a daily basis who go, oh my God, I think I'm addicted to sugar. I'm craving this food. It must be the sugar. Now, I'm not disregarding that. Sugar is palatable. Like, when we eat sugar, we want it. We want more of it. Now, it's not the sugar that's actually addictive. There's no credible human evidence, and there's no human evidence that suggests that at all. What we are getting with this, and what we have to understand and look at that bigger picture and understand the context of sugar, is when we are eating sugary foods, it's not just sugar on its own. You've not got people just spooning sugar out of a bag, have you? Like, when they're eating sugar, it tends to be mixed in with fats. It tends to have flavorings in. There's textures that make it feel good in the mouth. There's many reasons why you may be craving something. There's many reasons that you may feel like a certain food is hyper palatable, but it is definitely not just the sugar in there. The sugar certainly helps, but it's not just the sugar on its own. And that's where it gets demonized. And this is where these influencers run with it and go, oh my God, it's the sugar. It's toxic. Ban it out of your diet. It's the root of all evil. I will just caveat this and just say, like, I will run this alongside of what I'm saying here. I am not saying sugar is the most amazing thing in the world. I'm not saying, oh, sugar's great. Go out and buy a bag of it and just start chomping on it, like spoon it into your mouth. I'm not saying that. Like, it's really important that there's a bit of common sense around this and we give context about the sugar as well. I'm not saying you should be getting loads of it in your diet. I'm not saying that. But also we have to balance it with the evidence we do have with the sugar and say that it's not toxic. It's not the root of all evil. And it's definitely not it's not on its own causing you weight gain. Now, again, I will just say, sugar is hyper palatable. What it can do is cause you to overeat because it's tasty, it's mixed in with other things like fats and flavors, and you can easily overconsume calories when you're eating sugar because, again, overeating food, overeating calories in a surplus, you're going to gain fat from that. But again, you'll get these influencers that jump on and go, oh my God, it's the sugar, it's making you fat. It's not. It's many other things around that. It is not that sugar on its own that's making you fat. And again, there's a really cool study that I'll put in the description below. But if you have, for instance, 2,000 calories of sugar, and that's your maintenance. So a maintenance is, you're not going to gain any body fat, but you're not going to lose any body fat either. So if you had 2,000 calories, for instance, of sugar, and you ate that, 2,000 calories was your maintenance, you're not going to gain any fat from that. So, it's not the sugar that's causing you to gain weight. It's the cause of the weight gain is because it's moreish, yes, and it is hyperpalatable. It's mixed in with other things like fats, flavorings, textures that make it taste good or make it feel good in the mouth, and it's easy to overconsume. But it's not the sugar on its own. Like I say, the only way you're going to gain fat from eating sugar is if you're eating it in a surplus, and that can happen through hyperpalatable foods and overeating through foods and snacks with sugar and sugary drinks as well. But it's not the sugar on its own. So to summarize, is sugar as addictive as cocaine? We have no evidence to support that whatsoever. Is sugar addictive? We have no good, strong human evidence to support that case of sugar is addictive. But there are reasons why you may feel that is addictive. I'm not disregarding you sitting there going, well, actually, yeah, I do. I feel like I'm addicted to sugar. Many people do feel that. Doesn't mean that the addiction is a real thing, but there's reasons why you will feel that as well. And that's really important. I'm not disregarding that. I work with people on a daily basis. I totally understand it. And then summarize the final point then. Is it the sugar on its own that's causing me to gain weight? It's not. It's because it's mixed in with other things. It's potentially causing you to have overeating episodes or overeating your calories in general that's pushing you into a surplus, which is causing you to gain fat. It's not the sugar on its own. But again, any questions with this? I'm always up for, I'm not saying I love debate, but I love kind of questions. I love to kind of empower people with nutritional knowledge. So if you've got any questions, drop them in the description below. I'm around on social media at PHF Nutrition on Instagram, Paul Frost on Facebook. My business page is the PHF Nutrition Consultancy. Feel free to drop me DMs there. They'll come directly through to me. So I'm always happy to explain, have discussion, and talk further on these subjects. So